today I want to talk about a topic that's really not talked about much, that I've seen in these groups or whatever, or a lot of talk about videos on YouTube and stuff, Well, I want to say this. When we're talking about catching people in their work whatsoever, I don't mean you walking in on them while they're doing their spell whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? That's possible, but the way I'm talking about is, the way we do it in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? There's a thing called a point and another thing called a God. There can be synonymous in wording, but most of the time when you think of a point, that's something more of an instance for a person to have good luck, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Where a God is more like defensive, you know what I'm saying? Well, sometimes they can be used vice versa, but I want to focus on the word God for today. God is not God like God, whatever. God is basically means guard. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a God on you, it protects you mentally, physically, and spiritually. I've been recently having events where I've actually seen the manifestation of this, and I figured, this should be a good topic for people in the Western world. In America, in the inner city, you find a lot of gun violence, right? Well, in Haiti, you find gun violence and you find a lot of violence in regards to magic. We Haitians all know Kutput, the dangers and how big that stuff is in Haiti. Kutput, for my American viewers and English-speaking, viewers, is basically a form of powders which people use. They throw down whatever, or they can basically put some stuff in your food, whatever. So it is a violence, that's out of the ordinary. So what we had to do to combat, those two forms of violence is seek out something that can counter them. And this is where the God comes into play. The God is not a talisman like, whatever, like you find, in America or you find whatever elsewhere. A God, is something that is imbued with a spirit, a specific spirit. And that spirit walks with you. Now, the God manifests, let's just say if somebody was going to poison you, it manifests like this. Let's just say you walk into a room and you sit down, you say you're thirsty and stuff like that. All of a sudden, someone comes to bring you a glass of water. But while the person was in the kitchen, well, not a glass of water, let's just say, some juice, right? But while they was in the kitchen, they poured some stuff in there, some poison in there, right? So the person comes to you, all of a sudden, they go to hand you the glass, all of a sudden it falls on the floor and it breaks. Now, in America, the way we're trained, that the person in Haiti would be like, I'm not drinking at this person's house anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because see, the thing is, in America, we're taught to basically bypass coincidences. Where in Haiti, we're told there's no such thing as coincidences. And we do not take risk behind certain things, signs and omens. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say this person, that happens. We look at it like, before we get the God, especially if it's for poisons, protection against poisons, the person will tell you. You know what I'm saying? If the person's going to poison you, the plate may fall out of their hand, or the glass, if it's a drink, it may fall out of their hand and break on the floor. Which is basically, they tell you, you take that as a sign. And most likely, if you're living in a place that does heavy poisonings, you're going to see that happening. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're a very powerful or a very popular person in Haiti, and you got a lot of people that don't like you, you know what I'm saying? You'll definitely see a lot of that. So, now, when it comes in the magical field, let us say, someone goes to do magical workings on you. You know what I'm saying? The way you can assume or suspect that someone is working on you is if people start falling sick around you or dying. Let's just say some people around you, you have some people around you, and all of a sudden you find them terminally ill. Let me explain something. Certain gods, they eliminate whatever is in front of you. You know what I'm saying? They eliminate any negative person. See, you got to understand, when you get a God, you have to understand your mind your judgment of what is right and wrong is not that in the spirit's eyes or in a universal consciousness point of view or godly state. You know what I'm saying? When this God goes out to eliminate people in your life for the smallest infraction, who knows, whatever it is, if they're saying bad things about you, it will eliminate them. If they're bad for you, it will eliminate them. They're not doing anything to basically better you, so they're looking. So therefore, the universe or the spirits, you know what I'm saying? The spirits, they look at that as basically something negative that is going to harm you. So it X them out. Whatever means it uses that, it is what it is. But gods, they don't play around. So when it comes down to catching someone doing magical workings, or whatever it is, or whatever, if it's magical workings, or if it's something that's not fit for you to better your life, when a spirit attacks them, or when a spirit starts moving around, people start falling ill and sick, whatsoever, some even die. You know what I'm saying? So for you, you have to say to your mind, you have to say to yourself, okay, if people start getting sick around you, you have to look at it just like the glass that fell on the floor or the plate that fell on the floor and shattered. You have to look at it, why are these people getting sick around me? Why are they? So you can question or assume or suspect because you don't have the physical, you don't have the evidence to say that's what it is, but as in Haitian culture, there's no such thing as coincidences, and we do not take risk. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, if you see these things, you don't just push them off as coincidence. You say to yourself, well, you know what? There's a great possibility that this person has tried to do some type of harm to me, you know, knowingly or unknowingly. I can't afford to take that risk. Well, I chalk it up to the game. If they die, they die. You know what I'm saying? So as a Bokor, this is the mindset we have. It's kind of fucked up that some people gotta go, but that's just what it is. So with that said, I hope this gave you a little clarification about Gads, whatsoever, catching, you know, people in their actions, whatsoever. With that said, I conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.